Here's a segment from this month's edition of St. Charles Parish Today, a new monthly local talk show. Stress is the well-known dark side of the holiday season. We stress about presents, parties, and even family members. With all the activities, it's easy to ignore important health issues and warning signs, especially those that signify stroke. And the root cause of holiday headaches can be caused by much more serious reasons than an unruly aunt. With me to talk about common neurological ailments is physician Dr. Leslie Ray Hightower of Ochsner Health System and the St. Charles Parish Hospital Clinic. Thank you so much for coming on and talking about this very important topic.
Thank you.
So what are the signs and symptoms of stroke, and why is it important that we stay aware of that during the holiday season?
Different symptoms of stroke can be weakness on one side of the body, difficulty speaking, slurred speech, difficulty swallowing, numbness, tingling on one side of the body, are some of the most common causes of stroke that most people can recognize. There are other signs and symptoms of stroke, but anytime there's an acute problem where there's a sudden loss of the ability to do anything, may be signifying that you possibly could be having a stroke.
Okay, and can you talk a little bit about the telemedicine program over at the hospital?
Currently, Ochsner is involved with several rural community hospitals whereby if you present to the emergency room with any of the signs or symptoms of a stroke, you will be evaluated by an Ochsner neurologist 24 hours, 7 days a week. And the importance of this is most people realize that if they have chest pain, that this may signify that they may be having a heart attack and that they need to get to the emergency room. Anytime you have loss of function of a limb, or as mentioned, the ability to speak or slurred speech, it should be considered the same emergency situation such as chest pain. The reason for this is that we have medications now that can be given to a person within the first 3 hours of any symptoms of a stroke. So it's important that you get to the emergency room as soon as possible. And we have available, as I mentioned, 24 hours, 7 days a week, a physician that's on call that can help the emergency room physician establish whether or not you truly do have a stroke and institute this treatment. Because in a lot of the cases, you can prevent lasting neurological deficits.
Okay, it's very important, and it's important too that it's 24/7 during the holidays. You know, don't feel like you're bothering somebody with that.
Right. A lot of people feel like that if they have a stroke, that it's not a whole lot that a physician can do, and that you just have to be rehabbed. But today, as I mentioned, we have medications that may prevent, neurological deficits. And so stroke should be considered an acute brain event, just like a heart attack.
Right. Here's an issue during the holidays that some people would be very interested in: types of headaches. What are they and how should people deal with them?
Most people, when they think of headaches, will usually think of maybe a tension headache, sinus headaches, or migraine headaches. Migraine and tension headaches are two of the most common types of headaches that we see as neurologists, and that also affect most people. Migraine headaches are usually a headache that's on one side of the head, but it can be on both sides of the head. It's usually throbbing and characteristic. It may be associated with nausea or vomiting. Also, there is sensitivity to light and also sensitivity to sound. Most people that have migraine headaches do not seek the help of a physician in taking care of the headache. They say, well, I'll take a Tylenol or Advil or leave, and hopefully the pain will go away. Right. It's important that you do seek a physician's care when you have any type of headaches. Tension headaches can be also debilitating, as much so as a migraine headache in some instances. And tension headaches are usually a headache where there is pain, dull ache, pressure, or like there's a cap around your head, or your head is in a vice grip. Again, those headaches in some people can be very debilitating and also chronic in nature. Most people that say that they have sinus headaches usually has migraine headache,
okay,
or have migraine headaches, because migraine headaches may be associated with nasal congestion. And so if you have nasal congestion with a headache, and particularly if it's throbbing and characteristic, it's probably a migraine.
Okay.
And most physicians and ear, nose, and throat physicians, to truly have a sinus headache, you have to have a sinus infection, and which goes along with change in the color of your sputum or mucus from white to green, yellow, or brown, fever, and so forth.
Okay, so it is very important to go ahead and see a physician to get to the root cause of what could be behind those headaches.
Definitely,
yeah,
because most people that self-medicate themselves can get into a problem where they're using some type of analgesic on a daily basis, which can be contributing to them continuing to have headaches.
We're moving on to another important topic for people out there who may be taking care of older relatives, or for baby boomers who are reaching retirement age. What should everybody know about dementia?
Dementia is impairment of the mental functioning of the brain, which may, and the first thing that anyone think about or sign or symptom of dementia is memory loss. Today we have drugs that may not improve your memory, but it will slow down the progression of the disease. And it's important, particularly with the aging population of our country, that people be evaluated for any memory problems. Particularly if you can slow down the progression of any illness, with time, a cure may be found.
Right.
And that would be very important in patients with dementia. Also, the medications that we have to treat dementia usually will allow a person's loved one, if you are caring for a parent or your wife or husband, to remain at home and not be placed in an institution for care.
Very important.
I think that's a very important thing for a lot of people, because most people do not want to say, send their mother to a nursing home, because a lot of people think that that's, you know, a kiss of death if that happens. So if that person can remain at home and you can care for them, that's a great benefit.
All right, well, very good. Do you have anything else to add about any of the topics today?
Primarily with headaches, you do not have to suffer with headaches and think that this is something that I'm just going to have to live with. There are very good medications that can stop you from having headaches, and so seek a doctor's care. You know, talk to your primary care physician, and if he feels that he needs to refer you to a neurologist, he can make that determination.
Okay, well, thank you very much for the information, and we appreciate you coming on today.
Well, thank you.
Catch the entire episode right here on Channel 6, daily at 5 p.m., or watch anytime at scptoday.com.